Let's do Teen Titans. Go! Do you know that I watched the show? Can you tell?
No, not at all.
Go on then, tell us about it, the film.
As you mentioned, it is the big screen adaptation of the Cartoon Network series Teen Titans Go, which itself is a comedy spin-off of the series Teen Titans, which aired in the early 2000s, which all of that is adapting the DC comic superhero team of the same name. Now, some of these heroes will probably be familiar, some will not. We've got Robin, as in Batman's sidekick, Beast Boy, Starfire, Cyborg, as in the Cyborg from Justice League, and Raven, and all those characters are voiced by the original cast. What will definitely not be familiar, I think, is how different this feels to the entire rest of the DC production line, especially the cinematic output. But at the same time, this is not just a kiddified version of your favorite heroes. I think that's a better descriptor for the short that was screened before the film, where it was Batgirl trying to sneak out of a house so she could help her superhero pals. But I think this film is much more reflective of the current animation landscape. It's these very simple, clean lines. It's fully 2D, no CGI, which is kind of refreshing. And all the characters have these ultra cute giant eyes. And it's kind of similar to shows like Steven Universe, Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball, which some of those might ring a bell, some of those might not. And also, I think it copies that trend in those shows of having humor that is more self-reflective, more meta humor, and that really gives space for some very smart writing and the ability to really play with genre, which when you're talking about that in the context of superheroes, of course, you're thinking, the Lego Batman movie and Deadpool. And I have to admit, I actually laughed more at this film than I did at Deadpool. And that I liked Deadpool fine. I liked Deadpool. I just laughed a lot at this because it is the absolute unrepentant innocent silliness of the whole film that when they do actually aim a joke at somebody like Stan Lee or Batman v Superman or Deadpool himself, it feels so much sharper because there isn't this pressure for every single line to be a withering one-liner. Sometimes it can just be a fart joke, which is good as well.
We've watched that bit of the trailer with the fart gag. I mean, I would say 60 times, and every time we all still laugh uncontrollably.
It's a good one. And also the musical numbers, there's a few of them here, including the incredible Earworm, which is upbeat, inspirational song about life, which I won't sing, but it's great. And I think, they really have the ability to have fun with the premise. It's written by the show creators Michael Jelenic and Aaron Horvath. It's directed by Horvath and Peter Ryder Michael. And the entire conceit of the film is a joke itself because the Teen Titans are frustrated because every single superhero is getting their own movie except them. Even Alfred, the butler to Batman, is getting his own gritty franchise. I saw a poster somewhere in that film for something called Aquamanatee, which I don't think is a real character, but Aquamanatee. And they would start to wonder, is having your own movie, is that what makes you a hero? Does it mean that they're not good enough? Maybe it's their lack of an arch nemesis, and so they start hunting down Slade, voiced by Will Arnett, partially because he has such a great name for saying in a dramatic voice, like Slade. So we have a clip of that.
Deadpool?
Deadpool? What? I'm not Deadpool.
I thought Deadpool was a good guy.
Why does everybody think I'm Deadpool?
You got them guns.
And the swords.
Yeah, well, lots of people have guns and swords, okay?
Nah, I'm pretty sure you're Deadpool. Look into the camera and say something inappropriate.
Oh, I'm not Deadpool. I am the greatest, most feared, most nefarious, most ultimate supervillain the world has ever seen. I am Slade!
Slade!
Which it's a pretty good joke about Deadpool, which the background to that is that actually Slade was created before Deadpool and Deadpool's actually kind of a copy of Slade. So that's the thing. There are some incredibly obscure DC jokes in there. I mean, there's broader references like this Back to the Future and The Lion King, But, and you know, also it's packed with lots of goofy, fun jokes that the kids will love, like the fart jokes. But
And the adults.
Yes. and the adults. But I do feel like the adults in the room were just as engaged, laughing just as much as the kids here. And some of the references are incredibly obscure. There's the challenges of the unknown. I've never heard of them, but I think they are real. And the fact that Superman is voiced by Nicolas Cage, which he was going to play Superman in the 1990s in a Tim Burton directed film before that got shelved. I know, he finally got to live his dream of voicing Superman.
Wonder if he wore the suit, because they had a suit made. There's a picture of him in the suit. I wonder if he wore the suit to voice Superman for this. I really hope he did, and someone took a picture of him in it.
I feel like with Nicolas Cage, that would be the most likely out of all people that he would be the one to do that. So I do think for a film that is expanding on what are 11-minute episodes, it is so impressive how much they managed to pack in here, both for adults and kids. And I had a blast.